Good morning, PCT day number 108. I literally just finished the video for yesterday, so not much has changed. I woke up, had horrible sleep last night, but I did get a lot of sleep. It was horrible. I kept waking up. Everything, and I mean everything, is drenched, soaked. It didn't rain last night to my knowledge, but everything is wet because we are by the Columbia River and we camped right on it, basically. So my tent is soaked, my sleeping bag is soaked. I took a shower last night, which was the wrong idea because I totally forgot my hair never dries. And normally at home it's fine if it's still wet while I sleep. But when you're camping, it gets you really cold and it's still damp. So I gotta wait for it to dry. But we are right now walking on a peninsula in the middle of the Columbia River to go take a photo of a bridge, and then we're gonna go get some breakfast, do a resupply. And today's plan is to only do 20-ish miles if we get that far. Both Senate and I were talking last night, and we are a-okay if we don't even hike out today. As much as I want to meet my mom in time for her to hike with us, we want to stay with Foxtail. And if he's not feeling up to hiking today, we don't want to hike without him. Although he is very adamant that we need to keep on hiking to make it to see my mom, and he said he will just catch up and he'll put in the effort. I never actually said what it was that was the problem. He just was severely dehydrated to the point where it caused him to pass out. So he is a-okay. He texted us that he's feeling 100% this morning, and he is planning to resupply in Hood River and then come meet us here, hopefully in time for to hike out with us. But if he can't, he said, stick to your plans, hike out without me, and I'll catch up tonight. But I think both Senate and I are a-okay waiting for him, honestly. But that's kind of just the situation. We actually ran into our good friend Bandit last night. Actually, he's still in town. I think he's planning to leave today as well. And then Rascal is also here, so we got to meet them. Although, let's just say this campground was not the best. There was people drinking and hanging out up until like 1 a.m. being very loud. Excuse me, you're through hikers too. Don't you know the whole situation? And then of course the trains were going all night. But it was fine. Still slept really well when I did sleep. Anyhow, I am at my destination that I was walking to, so I will catch you guys later, probably when I'm on trail. Bridge of the Gods moment I've been waiting for. I honestly can't describe this feeling. I'm walking into Washington. I'm so excited. Oh man. Bridge of the Gods. Look at that. Woo! We are now in Washington. Woo! My home state. Oh man, it feels amazing. Basta, how does it feel to be in Washington? Amazing! Oh my gosh. Let's kick some Washington ass now. So I'm doing this really steep, long climb at the beginning of Washington, and I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm just like trying to stay focused, go to the beat of my music, keep a decent pace without overworking myself, staying hydrated, and all that. Foxtail's in front of me, and I don't know where Sendit is. He might be in front or behind me. I had to forage, and we're kind of not behind schedule, but water-wise, we kind of have to make it to the 20-mile marker today, or around there, to the campsite we were planning, because there is no water till then, and we don't have water to cook dinner. At least I don't. And we're still, I don't know, 9.9 miles away. Or 9.1, sorry, 9.1 miles away. And it's almost 5. So it's going to be a light hiking day for us. I mean, we did get out late. Didn't technically try to start hiking till noon, and then we ran into some friends. So we didn't really start hiking until 1. So 20-mile day starting at 1. It's a lot, especially with this big climb. I'm kind of at a level off part, so I decided to video. And so I'm just not in it. I'm feeling behind. I'm feeling like you gotta go faster, get this climb out of the way, and as soon as it's done, you can bomb the downhills and get to camp faster. Especially because, what if there is no campsite? What if they're all taken because we're getting into camp late? And it's one of the main reasons I hate getting into camp late. So what if there's no tent site, especially with my bigger tent? It kind of screws me. So I've been trying to put some fuel and gas in me, and I'm trying to book it, but I felt kind of discouraged. And then these two, I don't know, day hikers, through hikers, I don't know, but they were going south. That's all I know. They were coming down, and they were just like, man, you're doing so good. They were like, keep pushing. You've got this. And like, they just kept being like, you got this, keep going. You're close, kind of a thing. And it just like, I don't know, it boosted my spirit. So I don't know who you are. I didn't stop enough to get your names, but you guys were awesome. Thank you. It's exactly what I needed. So anyway, I thought we were done pushing by the time we got to Bend. We thought that would be our last push, but we're pushing now because I want to hike with my mom, and Foxtail and Sendit said we'll make it happen. And to hike with her, we have to get a day ahead of our schedule. So we kind of have to do 20 miles today, or up 25-mile days up. So we'll see what happens. So yeah. Anyway, it's starting to get a bit more steep, so I'm gonna put my music back in and get back into my rhythm. So blowdowns can kind of be fun obstacles, but when they're like this, it's not really that much fun because I'm short enough, I can't really go over it. I mean, I might be able to use that little stick to hoist myself over it, but then I have to watch my head to not bump into that one. However, there's not much space underneath it, so I think I might have to crawl. Maybe even take my pack off. So that's beauty of blowdowns. We'll see how I get through. Okay. Attempt number 1. We'll see if it works. Well, I did it. I was able to get underneath. It was a bit of a struggle. Lost my hat in the process. Got it back though. Yeah. Also, Washington, nobody does forests like you. It's feels amazing being home. Well, I swear I won't make a habit of this, but this is also tent talk for last night. 2 days in a row. So last night we camped at mile 2167.1 at either Rock Creek or Snag Creek. It's one of the two. They're so close to each other, I don't know which one we actually camped at. But it was official. We've hit the Sobo bubble. And because of all the fires, I haven't really talked about this, but because of all the fires, everybody kind of jumbled around. Like, a lot of people skipped more sections than were closed, just so that they didn't have to do the logistics of skipping each different section. So that way, when they're done with trail, once they hit Canada, they can turn around and do one giant section, cover what they missed. What that means is the Nobos bubble has literally either doubled or maybe even tripled, which means you have about, 20 hikers per campsite. That only fits 15. And so last night we were camped. It was very hard to find spots, especially getting in so late. We got into camp at 8, which is still before hiker midnight, and we were super quiet. So, in fact, the guy tented next to me didn't even know I was there until the morning. So, but does mean that campsites are a little bit more precious. So yeah, we're gonna be really mindful about what campsite we aim for and whether or not we want, and when we get there in the future. So I think that's a mix of my gritty of getting in late, hitting all the bubbles. But my pretty is that we were actually in Washington. Of course, that would be my pretty. So, yeah, that's yesterday. Here's a sketch and foot picture for yesterday. And, of course, the message to the fam. I love you. Rock on. And as always, we'll see you on the trails.